that really give people a legitimate chance. So that's what, because I manage an artist right now, and he's like, actually fucking like, well, I tell people I would not fucking waste my time like with just somebody random.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is. He came from the Bronx. He's from the Bronx, and so getting his music out there, it appeals to certain people. He's got that real like old school hip hop flow. Young cat, man, he's dope as fuck though. But okay, so I'll start. I'm gonna fix the cameras here in a second, but what are real quick because I always edify my guests. What are like a few major things that you want me to say about you, like some major things that you've done? Because I know you're like a hype man. I've seen that.
Yeah.
You're one of the sickest to it. Just let me know.
I started out as an artist. I made 3 CDs by the time I was 25. You know what I'm saying? So I used to rap. I started a label, me and my partner, with Certified Players Committee. And then after we started that label, we put other people on of my family and kind of rock with them. But me, I took it in my avenue to start MCing.
So you want me to say that? Say he's an MC?
Yeah, so you're going to say a Denver native. Denver native started out as an artist in the early 2000s and catapulted to becoming an MC. Denver's #1 MC in the city. So pretty much, and then you could implement whatever you say as far as, he's the hype man, he's blah, blah, blah. You put your input on it or whatever you think of what my craft, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then, that'll kind of explain the longevity that I have in the city as far as being in the game 15 years plus.
Yeah.
Because I don't want the people to automatically think that I'm barely starting.
Right.
I want them to know that I've been working and that I've had a rapport for all this time.
How many years in the game you been? Like everything?
I would say 2009, 2008.
So about, I'll say
about
17 years. Okay.
17 years.
17 years in the game.
I would say about 7 years. I would say half and half. So about 7 years as an artist, and then 10 years as an MC. Me pretty much promoting myself as Denver's #1 MC and the hype man and all that jazz. And then I could kind of incorporate kind of beginning, middle, end of, me starting Certified Players.
Okay.
And then me, I want to give some recognition to some people actually.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
so,
absolutely.
And then we'll go from there to me becoming the MC and then who I rock with then. Because me being an MC is longer longevity than as I was as a rapper.
Okay.
So I don't want to overlook that. I want to say, hey, this is where I started and where I come from, but this is where I catapulted my career to my name to become as big as it is now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And then I'm also going to talk about how we met, which I know John was. We met.
John Hallery,
John.
yeah.
I think the Beyond Elements. I think is kind of where it really came together. But I am going to shout out John.
Yeah, we'll give John a shout out. We'll give Beyond Elements a shout out of us hanging out at that event, their prom, and then we could just you could just kind of put your own input on whatever you see and whatever you acknowledge of me promoting in my work.
Yeah. Because I've seen the videos, bro, and I'm like, damn, like, this is really fucking hot, bro.
Yeah. That's the goal.
Yeah,
that's the
one
goal
of the best hype I've seen, bro.
to get the biggest reaction out of the people. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And then we'll dive after that. I mean, before, I'll kind of come into the questions organically, but I definitely want to talk about the industry.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, bro, we already. I know I've seen some crazy shit already, and I've really only been in the industry for about a couple of years. But,
yeah, for sure.
Can I vape in here, brother?
Not in here, no.
No,
Well,
this is not weed. This is just.
is it?
Yeah, no, it's not weed. It's like
Wait,
flavor.
hold on.
This is just flavor. It's not tobacco or nothing.
Make sure you're off camera. Okay, yeah, you can go ahead.
Gotcha. Yeah, no. This
Sometimes they show it out on that TV and that. So make sure you're off camera.
Nah, it's just flavor, man. It's not weed or none of that.
Yeah, maybe if we could, let's try to get a shot over here. Try to move the camera a little so you guys can see a little bit more of the production here. What we're doing right now is, we're just doing a little free run suppression air. That's the deal. I'm live, so I've been telling my viewers and my people about this interview, and I'm sure that my supporters want to kind of tune in. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what we get here? Well, let me get this plugged up. What's going on, everybody? Tuning in right now. Velo, what's going on? Big Bucks Barbecue. Fucking No just stepped in the building. What's up, y'all? We haven't went live yet, but I'm about to go. So stay tuned. All right, let's do it. Should be good. Trying to get them angles in. What up, Sincere? 5280 Inc. in my live. What up? Sincere. All right, let's do it.
We'll talk in this chair. There we go. That's perfect.
And then you got me an angle up here too.
Yeah, you're gonna be. So let's see. I got. So I'm trying to stay out of your frame.
No, that's cool. You can see me.
Oh, that's you.
You can see me chatting. If you need me to move, let me know.
So let me zoom out a little bit so this cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we could do it on here, but yeah, this is. I want to scoot it that way just a little bit.
Right here.
Yeah, because I want to try to get me out of your frame.
Okay.
Actually, maybe if I scoot this way. Okay, that'll be alright.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay, what about, you can hear me through the mic good?
Say something quick?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we're good? So.
Check, yo, yep. Volume's good. Alright.
All
You want
right.
me to say your last name on here, or you want me to say Adrian?
Nah, Adrian Garcia.
Adrian Garcia, alright.
Adrian R. Garcia is fine. Because there's a couple Adrian Garcias out there, fool.
Yeah.
One's a DJ. I had some lady tell me, I thought I was hiring you, and another dude showed up. But that fool, he's like my distant cousin.
Oh, really?
His name's Adrian Garcia too, so I try to run with the Adrian R. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's only one.
But yeah, let's do it.
Alright. I'm gonna make sure. So we're recording. Cool. Thank you everybody for tuning in week in and week out. You already know what it is. Oh wait, hold on. So this is gonna be season 2.
Season
It's gonna be
2.
the first episode of season 2.
Hell yeah.
I just thought about that shit, so I got
All right.
What's up, everybody? Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate everybody, week in and week out. Likes, subscribe, share. You already know the deal. My bad. I'm having a hard time putting it at the bottom of the screen there, but yeah, you guys already know the deal. So, first off, I do want to say to everybody in season 1, I appreciate you for bearing with me. You know, first time doing YouTube stuff like that. So, thank you all for joining me on season 1. It came to a wrap, and I do appreciate everybody that shows the love, shows the support, and that continues to, praise the peeling back to greatness, because it was a major change. But we're here doing this, so we're here with season 2. I'm going to have amazing guests coming on, still coming on, I should say, because we have a lot of great people out there, right? It's the Denver scene. We got all types of people that come from different backgrounds, from different sceneries, different industries, everything. So everybody stay tuned for that. With that being said, I want to get to my very first guest of this season 2, baby. We're coming in strong. I got Adrian R. Garcia. Man, this has been a long time in the making for Adrian, man. We met back in, I think November, December. I think that's kind of when I came in contact with John. Shout out to John Aller, by the way. Before I get into it, I do want, I'm gonna allow Adrian to kind of have the floor a little bit here, but again, I want to shout out John Allery because he's the one to kind of put us in contact and stuff like that. So, Adrian, he's a Denver native. Started out as an artist. Denver's #1 MC, dope as fuck. 17 years in the game. That's a long time, man. He spent 10 years as an MC and then 7 years as an artist. Man, the ultimate hype man. I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of great hype men out there, but Adrian, I gotta say, man, the way you get fired up and the way you get people going, the crowd, it gets me fired up, man. So,
Yeah.
Adrian, I'm gonna give you the floor, man. I want to thank you for coming on to the podcast. Like I say, I know it's been a long time coming.
For sure. What's up, guys? Check this out. I'm gonna turn this around. Let my viewers see over there that view. What's up, everybody? My name's Adrian R. Garcia. I'm a Denver native here in the city of Denver, Colorado. And like he said, his presentation has been solid. The introduction, the facts that he's been stating are super credible. And I just want to say thank you for everyone tuning in. Thank you for your time. I want to say thank you to Derek. You know what I'm saying? And we're here to apply greatness. We're here to give a testimony, a valid testimony of an artist who's been putting in work and who's been trying to, follow my dream. It takes a lot to keep going and stay persistent, and longevity is key, man. Here in this game and in the Denver scene and in the local and nationwide scene, you have to work and stay consistent to stay relevant. And that stuff is very, very important. I know I started out as a local artist here, but as an MC, I consider myself to be a nationwide MC. And the reason why is because I've been paid to do nationwide events. I've been flown out to New Mexico, to Alaska, to different states, here in Colorado, all over, and I consider that to be a very, very a big deal for me.
That's dope, man. That's definitely a big deal. That's a great resume right there, man. And I mean, and the thing that's crazy about it is, only 17 years in the game. I mean, bro, we still have a long career ahead of us.
Yeah, definitely.
And I commend you for following your dream. Following what it is that you want to do, setting out what you're destined to do. That's not always an easy task, Adrian. That's not something that's just, oh yeah, let me just wake up and let me just go do it. I mean, it does really take another level of thinking in order to really follow that.
I had to find myself. I had to reincarnate myself. I thought I was going to be this biggest rapper, and I thought I was going to be the ultimate rapper and this and that. And I actually I had to find myself and who I was. Me and my partner, we started a Certified Players Committee. It was two of us. We were hungry. We came through and put a project together, and people started feeling the buzz, and they said, "Oh, what do they got going on?" So we started incorporating other people in our circle, as far as when we created our second project. I want to give a shout out to my brother Alfredo Hernandez. His name was AKA Money West, and that guy was on the rise. And at the age of 26, he caught cancer. He beat it at 27, but at 28, it was turmoil for him. And that guy, he was one of the best artists out of our group. We put out the Hood Money mixtape, me and my partner, and then we branched off and put out another project called 5,280 Ways to Hustle. And we put West One on there as a third member. And then once we started getting momentum, we recruited more people for our circle. So we recruited my relatives, Ricky Knotts, and Con G, and Stunna, and Cuff, and they became Royal Nature family. So we had another group putting out their own stuff, and then my partner was working on his stuff, putting out his stuff. And I had to do some soul searching to find out who I was throughout that time. You got all these personalities and everybody bringing different projects to the table and to the label. that this guy was getting a buzz here, this guy was getting a buzz here, and it was like, whoa, like this is happening fast. So what I did was I try to stand out and I try to separate myself. So I would start hosting and emceeing and hijacking the mic at places, check. And later on I was directing traffic through the party.
Oh yeah.
The people, they want to party, you know what I'm saying? They know. They just need to be guided in the right direction.
And they need that voice too behind it too. It's not just, I mean, it's a different animal, man, when you have somebody that really gets the crowd going and shit. I mean, it's great, man. It's crazy to really think about, like I said, the all the trials and tribulations. I mean, really what it took to actually get here.
Yeah, it took a long time. It took a long time. Like I said, I didn't know I wanted to be a rapper, but I couldn't. I would see other people like doing the MC deal, and it kind of gradually like came towards me, and finally I just was one day just kind of hijacked the mic, started rocking it. I was like, oh, I got something.
You had a gift, though. You're like,
I got
yes,
something
my
here.
gift.
And then next thing you know, it was other places. It was strangers. It was there was a time at the beginning of my MC career that I would go to the bars and the clubs. I knew they would let me on the mic, and then I'd start like check what's going on, and then you blah 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 working whatever, and then once the high and the energy when you get a whole crowd cheering and when you get the party popping, it's a rush.
Right.
It's a rush. So when you're saying, you know, my DJ at the time that I was rocking with, he was teaching me the ropes to say, oh, say this or do this time, and he like put the form together, and I ran with it on my own.
So you had like a mentor to kind of help you do that.
Yeah.
Be able to,
I definitely had a little bit of guidance and some help, but as far as what I became on my own was I just kind of put my own flavors in the recipe.
Okay.
And usually the hosts, the regular hosts, they go out there and they just announce the next act. They just, hey guys, we're here. Welcome to blah blah. And I watched a lot of videos and tape on how people used to host and MC, and I kind of incorporated it into my own.
That's dope.
So now, like my job, I feel like it's not about me. It's about the people. It's about the customer.
Right.
To go to that show, for them to have a great time, so they'll remember it the rest of their life, and then later on they'll say, "Oh, there's that guy who was da 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 da." So they become a fan also. Mm-hmm. And once I get them to become a fan, then I pretty much build a friendship and a relationship, because I've met so many celebrities through this journey that I know how I want to be. I know who I didn't like. I know who addressed me or played me a certain way. I don't want that. Right. So I open my arms to the fans, the people of Denver, the people when I'm out, the promoters, 100% respect, appreciation, and gratitude. So I take pictures with people. I tell them, I welcome them. What's up, guys? Da 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 da. Because I never want no one to say, oh, that guy was a jerk, or that guy was this and that, you know.
You know, I love that you said that, because that's exactly how I feel. And you know, I've even told my daughter, I said, I don't want to be that type of dude that's like the famous dude that just. And now, I get it. Okay, I get it. You know, you get people swarming you, this and that, like all this crazy shit. But you think of people like The Rock, one of the most famous people in the world, right? Now everywhere this motherfucker goes, he gets swarmed.
Yeah.
What does he do? He takes pictures. He does this. He does that. Because guess what? That's that one moment that people may never get again. So for people that are assholes about it, that's that one moment that they're completely ripping away from the people. You know, so I'm right there with you 100%. You know, that you always want to provide that experience, especially for us being in this industry, being the vision and where we're headed. We want to be those types of people that leave the impact, that people say, no, I respect him because you know what? He may be busy, he may be doing this and that, but guess what? He was gracious enough to allow me to talk to him, have a conversation with him, take a picture with him, you know. And so I applaud you for that, Adrian, because I love that you did say that.
Yeah, man. I have a lot of people that I looked up to in the industry, and Tony V was one of them. You know, he was a radio personality here in Denver, and he. I let him know what I wanted, what I was trying to do, and he would see me around town, and I would try to promote to him and But once I let him know what I wanted to do as the host and the MC, then he started kind of putting me under his wing. Come here, Hito, let me show you this, or let me show you that. Or like he would do stuff at events, packed events.
He's a legend too. So
He would do stuff. He would get the attention. He would captivate that moment. He would get and then he would look at me and be like, "That's how you do it." And I just, I didn't take it as him flossing on me or him. I took notes,
showing you what's gonna look like for you.
And then later on, I started doing it. And now, another guy that I rock with right now, he's a Denver legend too. His name's Dank One. He put out all the Denver Most Wanted projects. You know, he was at Flow 107.1 last year with Tony and V, and then before it closed. DJ Sensation also, his daughter, she's been working. I MC for her. She's the DJ. I do the mic work. I do all the vocal work and whatever we do when we get private gigs.
Right.
I wanted to make sure I gave them a shout out before I forget. But
you know, I do want to tell this story real quick, man, about Dank One, because my brother just passed away. Shout out to Christian, rest in peace. But this goes hand in hand with this. So, you know, I was in a fluctuation of what the fuck am I doing next, blah blah blah. This was before all of this, and so I actually applied for on-air host for KS 107.5. So actually, I told Christian, I told my bro, I said, just randomly, I had a call one day. I said, guess what? I applied for on-air host for KS 107.5, and I go, I may not have experience. I go, I mean, at this time I was doing the audio podcast. I may not have experience, but fuck it. All they're gonna say is, hey, you don't have the experience. So so Christian tells me, he goes, hit up Dank One. He works there.
yeah.
And I was like, okay, all right. So what do? I hit up Dank One. Hey, bro, put in this application, blah, blah, blah. He says, hit up Colorado Media School. You know, it's about a 6 to 7 month program. You'll get a job in 2 months, blah, blah, blah. So I hit up Colorado Media School, and from there, brought me here. The rest is history after that. But Christian and Dank One, man, those were the two. Had it not been for those two, I don't know. I probably wouldn't be right here right now.
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
good.
really
Actually, DJ Sensation, she finished that program. So she
Okay.
finished that whole program, the 11th month program. I was supposed to get in that program, and I've been wanting to get in that program for years, but there's just been me being an adult and a father and a family man. It's been hard to find that time to go that route. But yeah, they were at Flow 107.1, and it was Dank was on the street team. Sensation, Science Carter was over there. He was the radio personnel, and they were moving and grooving last year. And I was so close to getting on the train and rolling, but it closed down. It became the new Christian station,
Flow 107.1
which is okay. But yeah, man, I've always had a dream of doing radio broadcasting. I always thought that I would benefit and kind of catapult what I have to offer to something like that. But it's just, I don't know, it's just been bad timing for me, and I haven't been able to kind of catch a good opportunity.
Right.
But it doesn't mean I've given up. It doesn't mean that I'm not still in search. I just feel like I have to focus on what's priority now, and I can't just kind of scatter everything around, you know, because I still got my job, my family, my personal life, my shows, my all that. I can't overwhelm, and I can't get too booked up, because for one, the people are going to get tired of seeing me, and for two, you got to keep it one avenue focused.
Yeah.
And I feel like with me emceeing and the gigs that I've been getting, I mean, in my early career, a lot of stuff was free. You know, I was trying to get out there, but as far as this 5 years goes, once I changed the vocabulary into work, it became different. So now I'm not saying, oh, I'll MC and I'll host. No, I'm saying I'll work for you.
Yeah.
I'll work.
Yeah.
And by me changing that, it took me into different avenues, such as the bully game, you know, me MCing at the bully events, and me MCing private weddings and private events and in the clubs and all that stuff. The market for me has been beneficial because there's no traffic in my lane. Everybody's doing the same thing. There's no traffic in my lane. So I've been kind of blessed to turn the term into work, and now it's more of I'm a prized product now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, a man often finds his destiny on the path he takes to avoid it, man. That's exactly what it sounds like. Your story right there. You know, I definitely wouldn't think a year ago that I would be here a year later. One of the things, you know, coming right out of CMS, Colorado Media School, was I, you know, hit the ground running. You know, one thing, and you know, I'm gonna give this to the people. I'm gonna give you a golden nugget right here. When you go and do something in the field that you absolutely want to do not stop there. So what I mean by that is there's a lot of people that get a job in the industry and they stop there instead of continuously going. You know, yes, I have a job in the industry, but guess what? I didn't say, ooh, I got a job in the industry. Oh yeah, fuck no. I said, you know what? This is going to keep me grounded, but guess what? I have everything else I'm sacrificing for, and that keeps me going to this day. Because I'm like, you know, I went to school, you know, and I'm trying to help other people get an opportunity, you know, because again, we're out here doing shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, no, we are doing it.
One thing that I remember is when I was talking to the media broadcasting school, and I was when I talked to Tasha Makia at KS1075, when I talked to the people at the radio stations, they were what I noticed, they were surprised with how much content I already had and how much followers I already had. So I let them know this was all independent work. My buzz and my name and my followers and all my stuff, this is me doing it on my own. So imagine for me to get a company behind me as far as KS1075, Flow 1071. My work ethic already shows independent as me independent. I built my name to this. I didn't have no deals. I didn't have no what do you call those sponsors. I didn't have none of that. This is all footwork that I put in on my own. Mm-hmm. This is footwork that I put in with promoting and staying consistent and getting on gigs and slapping my face on flyers. A lot of the celebrities that come to town, they don't know my name, but they know my face. So when they see my face, they say, "Oh, what's up?" You know what I'm saying? They know my face.
Yeah.
My name, they may not know because I used to be real shy sometimes, and I didn't want to really say my name too much. But these past 5 years, I'm shoving it down their throat.
Yeah.
Because when people see me, they're going to say, "Hey, there's the MC," or "Hey, there's Adrian," or "Hey, oh, I seen that guy," you know? Yeah. So I've been making it a point to mark my name in their minds as well as they know my face. Because I've done shows for numerous artists a lot of times. Like, I would say 5 times at the most. I would say Baby Bash I've done 4 times. The MB Riders probably like 4 or 5 times, whatever. And at the beginning, those guys, they see you and they see you, "Oh, what's up, what's up?" But when you're constantly there, it's not no more "what's up, what's up." It's like, "Come here, you know what's up.
Yeah,
we're here to work, we're going to put a plan together, da, da, da." And now your relationship is personal.
Right.
I mean, I've had a couple of celebs kind of act real cocky with me. And I just took it as a gesture of they saw me coming. They knew I was here.
Yeah.
Because at first I was mad about it. Yeah. I was like, "Oh man, this dude,
fucking asshole."
I was rocking it one time, and I had everybody singing and everybody loud, and I announced the artist on, and right in front of everybody, he came up to me and said, "Hey, this is my show." He did it in front of everyone, and I looked at him and I said, "It's all good," right? Gave him a little clap, and I backed up.
Yeah.
Later on, at the end of the night, I had people telling me, "Oh, that's sick. Did you see he hated on you? He hated on you." And I didn't take it as he hated on me. I just took it as he knew I was coming and he knew I was there. I'm the host of the show, bro. The host of the show is killing it. And all of a sudden, the main artist comes and says, "Oh, this is my show."
You know what? Whether they hate you or they love you, one thing is a fact: they're acknowledging you.
That's it.
Either way, it does not matter, bro. They're acknowledging you. Yeah. You're there.
And at first I was mad at him about it, but I just took it as it's all good. You know, they've been seeing me when they come to town. You know, if I'm in the crowd or if I'm hosting, it doesn't matter. They know what's up. Even from far distance, sometimes when I'm in the crowd, you know, we just did the Texas show and I was in the crowd and I had Baby Bash like, "What's up, Kadna?" like from the crowd and like come and dap me up and shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's just they recognize my face. So I just tell them, what's up, AG, AG, AG. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just try to make sure that when they see me, hey, what's up? You're that MC dude. I'm like, yeah, AG, what's up? You know?
Is that your what your MC name is? You go by AG, or do you prefer your name, or do you prefer like, you know?
No, so I actually started out as a young AG. So when I was rapping, I was young AG. Okay, and the reason why, because I was the youngest out of my guys. When I first started, I didn't start at the bottom. I had started with my partner, and he was already established 3 CDs in.
Oh shit!
So he already had a rapport already. By him having that rapport already, and him being an older dude, he already knew all the vets in the city. He already knew everybody who was doing this and that. I was the little homie who came along and was busting my shit and trying to work, you know?
Yeah.
So I was young AG. I go by AG because obviously Adrian Garcia, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I got that. And then I hit 25, 26, and I started saying, you ain't young AG no more, bro. You gotta take that young out and try to, because you know
you're gonna develop, get old,
you're gonna get
older,
people who are gonna talk, try to roast and say, oh, old AG, or you know what I'm saying? It's just some shit.
Yeah.
And I knew it was coming, so when I was like 26, I said, all right, let's figure something out. I didn't want to be MCAG because it was just so many letters, and I knew that I couldn't take the AG out of my name because people are not gonna know who I am. So if I start a whole brand new name, they're gonna think, oh, this is a brand new dude. Who is he? And then they'll see me. Oh, I know that dude.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to keep the AG in it. So I said, let me think about da 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 da, and then I just came up with AG the MC. And the reason why I did it that way was for an introduction. So when I meet someone, I say, hey, what's up? I'm AG the MC. Nice to meet you. And then I could shorten it up when they see me. Hey, what's up? I'm the MC. Da da da. Because I'm on the mic anyway.
Right.
So people are automatically, when they see me, they're like, oh, that's that MC guy. You know what I'm saying?
As long as they know.
It
As
works.
long as they know,
It
right?
all works. It all works. It all falls into place. And then later on, you just see, you know, I started getting a little success with it, and I started kind of doing this and that, and now you get other people get curious, and they think they can do it, and now I'm getting a little bit of traffic, but at the end of the day,
everybody can do it like you, man.
It's the people. It's the people. I could say I'm the greatest all I want. I could say I'm the best. It's not about what I think. It's about what the customer and the people think. And when they say that we had a great time at your event and I feel this about you, then it's all thank you. It's all praise and appreciation because I'm doing my job.
Right. Especially because, you know, there's been some shows I've been to where, you know, the artist isn't so great, but you get the hype man, you get the crowd pumping, you know, you get like crowd turning up and shit. So, and me personally, I'm not knocking like the shows, but a critical part of the shows, I believe, is the hype man.
It's very important. It's very important. And the promoters, what they try to do is they try to cut shortcuts. They want to do shortcuts, and they want to get you get those jankety promoters who don't want to pay, or you get those the promoters who don't want to. They don't see you as a value. They see it as, I could host. I could go up there and announce the next act. I can do it, and that's just to save a buck. But if you were smart and you were really, really thinking of your ship that you're trying to sail off, you're gonna make sure that ship has the top-notch equipment to sail off with fucking at its best. And I feel like the promoter should sit, think about the best artist, this type. First of all, you got to think of your demographic. You got to think of your people.
Yeah.
You can't put a young dude up at an older person event. Yeah. It's just not going to work. It's a story. It's a novel. You got to put it together strategically to make sure that your events are successful. I've worked in front of 10 people. I've worked in front of 5,000 people. You know, you got to make sure that you're on your game all the time, and you got to make sure that you're putting all your pieces to the puzzle that are going to be the best pieces.
Especially like the verbiage too. I mean, it all comes down even to the verbiage. You know, what are you saying to the crowd? How are you know, can I do a high? Can I do a low? Or are you just, give it up for this next act? Or you like, turn the fuck up, give it up for this next act? You know, I mean, there's differences, man. And like I said, man, when I believe you are one of the best, I mean, I've seen some hype, man. I've seen some hype people out there. But bro, you definitely got that gift, man. I mean, that was the first thing outside of just kind of conversating with you normal. The first thing that caught my eye, bro, was your ability to hype up the crowd and shit. I seen the videos. I was like,
yeah.
Holy shit. I was like, damn.
And the reason why I'm successful at that is because I'm already reading the crowd. I'm already looking at the crowd. I'm already seeing if there's more girls, there's more dudes, there's more cholos, there's more. I look for smiles. I look for teeth. You know what I'm saying?
People that are paying attention.
I look for who's paying attention. And what I like to do is I like to incorporate the crowd. I like to talk to them at the beginning of the show. Hey, what's up, guys? You know, you get those hard cholo dudes who are standing there and they won't budge. So what I do is I go up to them and I say, hey, what's your name? Where are you from?
Yeah.
And they say, I'm from Chicago. And I'm like, we got Chicago in the building. Da 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 da. I give him a little acknowledgement. So now he don't feel like he has to.
Oh shit.
Now he don't feel like an outsider.
Loosen him up a little bit.
The girls that are standing there. Oh, my partner gets pissed at me all the time because I always tell her at the shows. I say, I'm going to talk to these girls or I'm working, da-da-da-da-da. Because sometimes, you know, from the far, it'll kind of look like it's something it's not. But I look at them and I tell them, smile. Sign language, I do that a lot. I look at them and smile. Smile, what's up, girl? What's going on? You guys are going to be here in the front. I need you guys to smile because we're here to party. And that's because in the pictures, I don't want
nobody.
I don't want no pictures of people standing
pouting
around.
And shit.
Fuck, no. That's why when me and Dank, when Dank performs, and you know we go out there and we pass out flyers, we pass out shirts and pop confetti and all this shit because we want to get a reaction out of the people. We want a positive reaction. I try to be as positive as possible because the negativity, it'll throw me out of my zone.
Yeah.
It'll throw me out of my zone, and I remember there was one show where one of my relatives were there, and there were some guys tripping on him, and I was just so uncomfortable because I'm trying to watch him and make sure he's safe,
right.
But I could see everything going on from the stage, and I'm like, oh, because I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna either one jump off the stage to help him, or I'm gonna go out there to either one try to defuse the situation, or two, we're gonna fucking fight.
Right.
You know, that's just how it is. But I don't want to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I make it a point to involve the crowd. Even I keep the microphone on me, and I'll go talk to them. I'll go to the crowd. I'll go to a crowd of people. Thank you guys for coming. What's up? Let's get a picture. Da 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 da. And next thing you know, I got a bunch of pictures of a bunch of strangers. And it's okay because I'm the host of the show.
Right.
I don't know them personally.
Which that's a good feeling though too. It's just like, hey, I don't give a shit. I'm out there.
It's a good feeling when people stop you and they say, hey, let me get a picture with you, or hey, let me last year we were for the radio station. I was buying T-shirts to the show and I was printing them out and I was having all the openers sign them, and I would sign it. I would sign H.E. the MC, the host. And then I'll sign da-da-da-da-da. And next thing you know, we're at a restaurant one day, and I see a little girl. She's wearing a shirt with a bunch of signatures on it, and it has my name right. And she probably didn't know like who I was at the time, but it felt good to see that in my community.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, what I'm trying to market myself as much as I could, and I'm trying to market myself in a positive way for people to remember me.
Yeah.
So that's why I carry myself respectfully. That's why I carry myself with open arms and welcoming to the people. And I mean,
the impact.
I never want to be a hater, bro. Like I don't want to be seen as a hater. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I am, man. It's all about the impact and how, you know, reaching for the hand before you reach for the heart. That's the way I look at it, you know. And it's what can I do to impact you on a positive note? You know, it's either gonna be a positive note or it's gonna be a negative note. I know damn well I ain't about to bring no negative shit.
Yeah,
same as you, bro. I'm not gonna hate on people. You know, I show everybody love. I show everybody the same respect. You know, people come at me the way they want. And guess what? I'm not gonna match that energy because that's not who I am. You know, it'll say more about them if anything. But I just, you know, I love, like I said, just, you know, it's not easy finding great people. You know, such as yourself. There's a lot of great people out there, man. I've met even like my team alone. I mean, I know you're in the same boat as far as surrounding yourself by the right people, surrounding yourself by positive people, and you know, we can face the facts. Like in this industry, we're not always going to find those people. There's going to be those people that, you know, try to wrong us, that don't do right by the people, that just try and, you know, fuck everybody over and shit. But
Oh yeah.
it's you know, all that outside noise, man. It's done but a distraction. You know, how long did it take you to enhance your willingness to eliminate all that outside noise? Like, was there a specific?
I think that
following the dream.
I think when I was at the beginning of my career, I had people who were seasoned around me already, so it wasn't too much of me being a beginner. It was more of I was a beginner, but I had a little bit of guidance and I had a little bit of people around me that were already experienced. So I think I got to, I didn't get a start at the bottom, or I didn't get a start at the, like how beginners get scammed and how things happen to them. But I do tell you that when I did start emceeing and pushing myself, then I noticed some politics. I noticed some cheapskates. I noticed some just the dirty, kind of shady part of it. And the reason why was because the platform was so big. The platform was so big that people wanted to get exposed and they wanted to be on that stage. And
like it's their word versus yours type.
It was more of like, nah, let's not put this dude on. Let's put this dude on because of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there were times where I got leads to big shows, and no disrespect to nobody. I'm just speaking of my experience. There were times that I got leads to big shows, and then they would talk to a certain person. The promoter would say, yeah, we'll hire you, we'll put you on. And then they would talk to someone, and next you know, the promoter would contact me and say, oh, no, man, we're going to go with this other person, so-and-so, because of their name is bigger, or because this and that. And there were a lot of, it was frustrating. I wanted to quit at a time because of that. And I had to stay. For one, I was getting mad. I was getting mad about it. And then I would try, if I confronted the person, I didn't know if I would come off wrong or right, and a part of me knew that they would probably,
that's the tough part, man.
They would probably lie to me to my face.
Yeah.
So I didn't really confront it, but I just kept working and I kept working. But that's frustration that I found with being alone. And another one was the payment. The payment for working. You know, you get people that are, your word is all you have, and once you lose out, you don't have nothing.
Yeah.
So you get people who want to look good, they want to look like they're this and this, and they're like, yeah, here, I got you, done it. And when it came time, it wasn't as what the deal was.
Yeah.
So I started changing my strategy. I started getting deposits for the events. I started getting things in writing for the events. I started getting things to back up to make sure that I'm not getting scammed and I'm forcing you to keep your word.
You do like contracts? You do like
We'll
contracts?
do, yes,
and all that?
contracts.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
do I'll do receipts. I'll do deposits. So now when people contact me, I say, all right, I got $100 deposit. Save the date, and then I'll you can pay the rest of the payment the day of and whatever. So now I know that my foot's already halfway in the door with my payment and all that stuff.
There's money involved, man. There's money involved. People ain't gonna fuck around.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of a deposit, right?
Yeah. So that's what I noticed about being alone when I was pushing myself as the MC alone. But as far as that, you know, I've been pretty fortunate to the truth is, man, the events and the shows and the performance on the outside looking in, it sells itself. I could say that I'm the best and I could say this and that, but I've had promoters tell other guys, I don't want nobody on my microphone, nobody. And then the guy that was the MC at the time, he's one of my good friends. Shout out to JD from the 719. He snuck me the mic. And I'm talking in a stadium. And I go out there and I start, right? And next thing you know, the promoter was like this. And next thing you know, I look at the promoter and I see his teeth. And he's looking at them and he's looking at me. And he's like, And in my mind, I know I'm not supposed to be out there.
You're like, "That's
But,
right,
but
motherfucker."
once I look at him and I see his teeth, I knew I was unlimited already.
Yeah.
So it sells itself. Sells itself. So it's like he could say, "Oh, I don't want nobody da 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 da," but once I'm out there and we're getting the momentum and the ball rolling in a stadium, then I'm blessed. That's where I'm blessed because I could say. I could try to sell myself any way I want, but for them to see me out there and for them to see me doing it, that's the ultimate sale.
That's the greatest thing too is push the envelope, man. I'm a big advocate for people that like people are scared of no. Hey, you can't do that.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. What are you doing? Like push the fucking envelope, bro.
Yeah.
Push it. Do not be scared to push the envelope. I don't give a shit if it's a job, wherever it is. All they're gonna say is, "Hey, you can't do that." How scary?
Well,
How scary is that?
What I've been doing actually is, I'm gonna give you a little secret. What I've been doing is, my face is familiar now to the people and to the promoters. What I've been doing now is I go holler at security, before the show. I introduce myself to the security. "What's up, man? Blah 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 blah." I tell them I'm gonna be on stage. Keep an eye on me. Da da da. Okay. So now I got a rapport with security, and then I go to the sound people, and I introduce myself to them, and I say, "Hey, what's up, guys? Da 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 da." So now whoever's at the sound and where the microphones are, for one, they already saw me on stage, hyping it up with Dank. They saw me performing with him.
Oh yeah.
So now by us having a rapport, this me grabbing the microphone is just a part of the show. And even if I'm not supposed to be out there, I do that at the beginning of the shows. So I say, "Hey, what's up? Grab this. Check. And once I hear that and I see my opportunity, I go out there. And I go out there as natural as possible. I go out there as eager and hungry as possible. And then what's the promoter going to say? "No, you can't be out there." Nah, I'm rocking it. Your show's fun. The people are having fun.
Yeah.
So that's how I've been. There's some events that I'm not even on, that I'm just there with Dank or I'm there just with the promotion. And I'm like, okay, in my mind right away, I gotta get on that stage. What do I gotta do? Okay, talk to sound, talk to security, talk to blah blah blah, and next you know I'm unlimited because they've already seen me before.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the artists that are coming on next, they come to me. They'll come to me because I'll be standing there and they'll be like, "Hey, how much?" And I look at them. I tell the DJ, "How much?" They'll say 5 minutes. "You're on in 5 minutes. Check. That gives me 5 minutes to go out there, fuck around, and hype it up, and do my thing." And then later on, you get people like, "What the fuck, fool? I didn't know you were on that show." And I would just say, "I didn't know neither."
I don't know either.
I didn't know neither.
I have my ways, man. No, that's clutch, man. That's fucking badass. But yeah, I like I say, I come across a lot of people, man, and I just encourage them, like, bro, push the fucking bar, man. Like, do not be scared of, hey, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. What are you doing? No. Like, just go for it.
Just do it, man. Just do it.
Through this process, man. What do you think paved the way, or who do you think paved the way for you? Like, what are the people that have this lane that you feel like, wow, if they could do it, I could do it?
I have a couple favorites that are here in town. So what attracted me to start wanting to MC was I would see other people doing it. And there was a guy by the name of Don Smuliano, and I would see him out there hyping it up. And this guy was doing whatever he wanted to do. He was going out there. He always had these like chains and glasses, and he was always real flashy. And he would just go out there and do whatever the hell he wanted. And I would just be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Like, shit.
This was like when I was a rapper in my early. We're at the Palladium. Palladium's fucking far back. And I would see him out there, and I would be like, "Whoa, this was tight." He was out there freestyling and joking around, and his personality really brought it. So as the host and the MC in the concert setting, I would see him. And then again in the club, we used to go to a club by the name of Sangrias. And Sangrias was out. It had about 4 or 5 year good run Every Saturday night, Sexy Saturday Nights at Sangrias, that was the place to be. And there was an MC there by the name of MC Money, and he was their MC, their home MC, because Tomasito from Hustle Entertainment, they were promoting that place. So DJ Stacks was on the ones and twos. MC Money was out there, you know, doing the announcements and, you know, his deal. And it just attracted me to say, I think I could do that. I think I could do that. And then that's what gradually kind of got my curiosity going. Because at the time when I was rapping, everybody was rapping. And there was no way for me to stand out. There was no way for me to build my own name and my own brand. And when I was a rapper, they would say, oh yeah, I know AG, he's so-and-so's homie. Or he's so-and-so's little homie. Or he's with, it was never, oh, I know AG, for AG. I was always in the kind of shadow, or I was always like in the back of someone else kind of with the names and who I was.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I gotta, and then us putting on Ricky Knotts and Royal Nature Family and West One. Now you got 10 dudes who are all rappers. So who stands out?
Yeah.
So I just, I figured I wanted to kind of get in the hosting and the MC lane. And the truth is, all these guys that I'm talking about, they're not active no more. You know, they're not working no more. And I've been fortunate enough to stay busy, stay grinding, and I've been fortunate enough to branch out into different events.
Yeah.
Now, every time I see Don Smoothiano, he's a OG cut and crew OG guy. I tell him this. I say, thank you for, you know what I'm saying, for showing me and da-da-da. And then
It takes one man to believe, one
later
person
on,
to believe.
And then later on, I didn't start calling myself Denver's #1 MC. I never once said that. It was said by other guys. It was said by Don Smoothiano. It was said by other people when I was getting video. I would say, hey, look at my boy, shout out to so-and-so. And then they would be like, we got Denver's #1 MC, blah, 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 blah. So I didn't say that. The people said it. And even Tony V paved the way for me when he, you know, I would see him out and doing his thing, and I would be like, oh, that guy's jamming, and, you know, he's getting it. And that's why I started, now that I'm older, I started kind of talking with him. What's up, Tony? How are you? Blah, 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 blah. And then he'd give me, you know, Tony V, for him being a professional radio personnel, he's still a hood dude. He's still a hood dude. Man. He don't play. So he kept it 100 real with me. He keeps it, all his advice that he gave me, I've implemented, and I pushed myself to become the best that I could be as the Denver's #1 MC. So those guys, they paved the way for the interest and all that. But as far as what the success that I've gotten and the avenues that I've taken were definitely a decision I made to stay relevant, and a decision I made to stay in the game. You know.
Yeah. Do you think there's a lot of pressure? People calling you Denver's #1 MC. Does that hold any weight to you, or are you just kind of like, all right, let's go, baby, let's go?
I got a couple sides to me, just because of how I used to be and who I'm trying to be now.
Okay.
So I always have to kind of like calm down,
humble a little bit,
humble myself.
Okay.
I always try to surround myself around people who are changing from how we used to be. I don't want to be the same dude I was 10 years ago or 5 years ago. But the gesture is definitely a blessing. Me being humble is definitely like thank you. But my cocky side to me is saying bow, 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 bow. You know. Yeah, you know the deal. You know the deal. You know, but I don't want to say that. I don't want to have to say, you know the deal, da da da. I just say, it's all good. Thank you. Because my work speaks, my longevity speaks, my I'm on 100+ flyers with my face on them, with me as the host, and da da da. And right now, where I am in my life, I don't want to be cocky to nobody, because I don't have nothing to prove to nobody. I don't have to prove who I am. I'm not a rookie stepping in the game trying to get an avenue. I've already established myself. So at this point, we're just riding the wave, and we're keeping the work, and we're being grateful. We're being appreciative for all the opportunities we have, and the gestures that the people are giving me, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to be cocky no more. I don't need to prove no point. I just,
especially because that doesn't really get anywhere, you know. And that's so crazy you said, because I feel the same way. Where obviously I'm now that I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm humble, but I do have that unhumble side, you know. Now, one thing I do say is that I'm not out to compete. I'm out to be the greatest.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm in that same boat, bro, where I'm very humbled by, you know, some of the people of what they think of me. You know, I'm very, very humbled by it, to the point where I'm like, you'll never catch me in a cocky way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we all have those different ways of where we have the humble side and the unhumble side. You know, some people, they do show the unhumble side, but guess what? That's only going to get you so far. I'm not really going to go into detail, but I do have somebody that used to be my friend, and he was very, very, the most unhumble guy. And the worst part about it is he wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
But he's over here judging me. He's over here trying to knock me for things. I mean, just the whole, and I'm, all right, bro, you want my help, but then you get personal with me when I hold you accountable.
Yeah.
All right, bro. All right. You know, so it sucks, man. It really does suck to have those people out there that don't absorb anything, that think they know everything, that it's like, you know, I may not know everything, but I know a little bit about everything. I mean, it sucks, but no, I definitely, like I said, I feel you with having that humble side, and then also at moments really have that unhumble side of it, like, because we get fired up, man. Sometimes when we're ready to fucking do something, we're ready to let people fucking know.
Yeah, it frustrates me. I get a little frustrated with this topic, because you get a lot of people that they're not really, like you're saying, they're not really active, and they're not really doing nothing, but they're acting like they're the best at what they do.
Assholes, yeah.
And I posted something to this week, and I hope I didn't. I mean, I'm being as real as possible, but I posted something saying, you are what you're currently doing now. Whatever you did in your past, that's who you used to be and what you used to do. Okay? So, and the reason why I brought that up is because there's a lot of unnecessary bragging and a lot of things that are online, and people are saying, oh, I used to do this and I used to do that and I used to be the best in here, and I'm like, you're saying used to. That's who you were, right? That's who you were. That's not who you are now. And the reason why it sits so heavy with me is because I'm active. I'm actively working. I'm actively getting shows, booking myself. I book myself 3 months out every year, you know, January, February, March. Once I get to March, I look at April, May, June. You know, I start searching for leads and all that. It's a sales thing. And I'm out here working. I'm working. So I am present. So I have the right to speak presently of what I'm doing and how I'm getting it. A lot of these fools are like, I used to do this and I used to do that. And it's frustrating because you're getting the cockiest dudes that are used to be guys.
Right.
And it's like,
what are you doing now then?
What are you doing now? What
about now?
It frustrates me when someone's like, I'm a rapper. All right. 3 main questions. When's your last project? Where's your videos? And let's go look at your numbers. Okay? And they're going to say, no, I put out a CD in 2010. Oh, so you used to be a rapper. Because obviously you're not putting out no product now. You don't have nothing to show. You know, you come up to me with a CD present to say, I'm a rapper, check my stuff out, this is new. Then I could take you serious.
Yeah.
I can't take an old head serious saying, I'm a Denver legend and I'm a rapper and I'm this and that, when it's like, you're holding on to the past. Mm-hmm. You know, make something new, make something
make a change.
Fresh, make something a change. And that's kind of where I'm at on that. And I posted that this week. Some people think that, okay, if I was a barber when I was a teenager and I don't cut hair no more, I'm not a barber no more. I don't have the right to say, oh, I'm a barber, I cut hair when I was a teenager.
No. 10 years ago.
I used to be a barber, bro. I used to cut hair. I don't do that no more.
Right.
You know, like, you gotta elevate with the times. And it's just a lot of these used to be guys. It's a little
Yeah.
frustrating, but
One thing that I always have said is what gets us here isn't going to be what gets us there. You know, and that's the same thing is what you've done in the past 10 years. If you're still trying to hang on to that to get you to that next level, it's not going to work. You know,
Yeah,
that's
true.
only going to take you so far. You know, and yeah, like those folks out there, man, that just they don't want to adapt, they don't want to make a change. You know, and it's unfortunate that you have, especially in Denver scene itself, you have so many people around that are, and this could just be me, I just feel like there's a lot of people willing to help others. That's one of my biggest thing is all you gotta do is have the right attitude and be ready to fucking work.
yeah.
You know, and let's go, let's do it. You know, and some people have, some people don't, and it is what it is. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, I want to give credit to everybody who's working and everybody who's doing anything as far as following your dreams, because you only get one life to live, and it takes a lot to try to follow your dreams and then follow reality. Okay, so we're dealing with reality, and then we're dealing with the fantasy. You know, my fantasies when I'm on stage and when I'm in front of the crowd and when I'm in that moment, that's my happy to go time. That's all my worries go away. That's
your peace. That's
my
your
peace.
safe haven.
Like, I really hope that when I pass away and I go to heaven, God lets me get up there and just rock it. You know, like because that's who I am. It's in my soul. It's in my body. And then you get those other people who they're working. Matter of fact, shout out to everybody doing something. Everybody pushing their product, pushing their business, their personal business, their independent business. Another person I want to give a shout out to before I forget is my boy Morningstar. So my boy Morningstar right here, he was a vet in Denver, and he was putting in work when I was, you know, and he started a business, he started a family, he kind of gravitated to perfecting that and getting his life together there. And then he hit the scene back and he came back. And now he's putting out all new projects. He's putting out all brand new songs. He's not holding on to what he used to be. He's saying, oh, here I am. Boom, here's some new stuff. That's what I applaud. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see an old rapper or older person or someone that's not active and working.
Right.
And what's great is because he's putting out brand new songs. He's putting out brand new productions. It's like a seasoned. He's so seasoned, but the market is brand new to him. So if he didn't have a little bit of guidance and a little bit of people who are already in the game to show him that it's not the same, then there probably would be discrepancies.
See, I think that's the greatest thing too about being up in the, like you said, the new market and having this new age of even just music, whatever, because you think about, okay, if I'm just coming into this adaptation of all this, it's like the sky is the limit for this. So it's not so much of like, I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried this, I've tried that, nothing's worked type shit. It's more like, man, there's so much fucking opportunity, especially right now.
Yeah.
You know, music's the number one, like, escape, like, anything you want to call it, it is number one in the world for fucking reason. And so having that type of outlet to just manifest and just really expand is incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible, and I commend all artists who adapt to that.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities out there for us. And to be honest, me as an MC and the opportunities that I have gotten as an MC have been way bigger than opportunities I would have got as a rapper. I would have never been flown out to other states on a whole paid trip. I would have never been given an opportunity that I've gotten as a rapper. And this is a personal belief of mine, okay? I believe that, yeah, I was a good rapper and I still am. I could rap. I was a good rapper. But me rapping now and me like doing it is my heart and who I am. It's freestyling, messing around. You know, I'll write a song here and there. And people still say, hey, that's hard, why don't you? And it's just not in me to, it's not my heart, okay? Right. But me as an MC and me being able to host any event and do any microphone work, that has given me opportunity that I probably would have never had in my life. I've gotten able to shrug shoulders with greats. Artists that if I was a rapper, I would have never been able to even be around or be involved. So I always weigh it out as far as what the accomplishments I got as a rapper and now where I am as an MC. And the MC is who I am. That's where my heart is. That's where I belong. That's as big as my name has been. And I wear that jacket with pride. I wear it with honor and respect because integrity is who you are when no one's around. And I would never want someone to ever try to discredit my character and who I am. Mm-hmm. So me as the MC and me as Adrian Ray Garcia is who I am as the friend, the family member, the father, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I never want to switch up. I always thought that being fake was an act, and you have to put on an act around certain people because you're trying to juggle
fit in.
Yeah. I think that when you keep it real and you're authentic, you hold that jacket no matter where you go, and it's not a problem.
And I agree. One thing I do want to go back to is the separation of us from others. You know, I know you said that kind of earlier on, and that's what I've over time. I want to say over the course of 5, going on 6 years now. That's kind of what I've built myself as far as my brand. You know, started off with a brand, then went to a podcast. Now it's really brought me here. One of the biggest things, and this even goes back to 12 years ago when, you know, I was there for my friends talking to certain people, and they're like, "Man, you're very well with your words. You're very well spoken." And over time, I kind of felt like, okay, maybe I do have this gift, I guess, of knowing how to speak to people, you know, because we all reach people differently. And so over time, as it started to develop and, you know, went into the financial industry and stuff, I loved interacting with the people. I loved being able to just conversate with people. And so one thing I always want to do is learn to be my own person, learn to separate myself and not be like the rest. Because I've already been there where, oh yeah, my friend's going to go out drinking, going to go out partying. You have that fear of missing out type deal, right?
Yeah,
you want to go do that, you want to follow them, you want to have a good time, you want to have that good moment. But it's like, as you start to get older, you start to, you know, mature, you start to understand, okay, what is my legacy going to be? What am I building? What is the foundation that I'm going to be able to leave behind? And so all of that made me, I think that's what really separated me to the point of where when people not only see what I'm doing, but they come to me and they want advice, they want an ear, they want a word. And it happens to this day. You know, and my boy Christian was one of them. Like every week we would have these conversations, you know, confiding in each other and just letting each other know. And one thing is he loved my conversations, but he hated it because he knew there was times, bro, where I would rip his ass on something. And that's just who I am, you know, because I hold myself to a high standard, a high accountability. Yeah. So I feel, no, if you come to me, it'd be wrong of me to agree with everything that everybody says. That's not the way I want to be. I want to be my own person. I want to be who I am. I want people to understand. He may have been the outcast from this time to this time, but hey, he's here.
Yeah.
Doing what you're doing for a reason.
I agree, and a real friend will never guide you in the wrong direction.
Amen.
And like you said, to be the yes man, you're just trying to pretty much caress and you're trying to fabricate whatever they have, even if it's right or wrong. Keeping it real is it's a lifestyle, and it's the way you need to be. There's no on and off. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So keeping it real is like if you're respectfully about it, then you're able to get your message across. And that's another reason why Morningstar and I, we've been kind of talking, and when things get hard, I'll call him and I'll give him my perspective, and then he'll give me his perspective. Mm-hmm. And then I call Dank, hey, what's up, da-da-da. And Dank's a positive dude too. So he's like, nah, bro, maybe we should do it, because there were times that I called him mad. Fuck, I'm tired of getting my toes stepped on, and I don't want to MC no more. And he would say, don't worry about it. We got some more stuff coming up. There's going to be other opportunities. Stay focused. You know, Star and I were talking, and he's telling me, you got to attack the problem, not the person and the situation. And, you know, me being from the hood, man, I've always had a hot temper. And me being younger, you know, I would fight and I would get into it with people because, for one, I had bad attitude. For two, I would get defensive. I wasn't thinking smart enough before I acted. It was just hot right away. And now, being at the age that I'm at now, I pride myself on stopping, analyzing it, and then reacting, because that's going to save me, one, embarrassment, two, overreacting, and three, I probably might have been a little disrespectful and I shouldn't have been. And I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to carry myself like that, just because whether anyone likes it or not, I'm a public figure. I know I'm Denver's #1 MC, and I know that I host and I promote and this and that, but I am a public figure. And people do see me out, and they do say hello, and they do, you know, for one, because I'm a Denver native, for two, because of, you know, where we came from growing up in our side of town and stuff like that. I just trying to turn negativity into positivity, and I'm trying to the guidance that the influence I have on my people, I want them to see it in a positive way.
I don't pass it on to them, huh?
Yeah, I don't want them to say, "Oh, look, there's AG, he's this." I want them to say, "Look, oh, there's AG, he's been solid. He's a great man. He's a great dude. He's always kept it like how Tony V got that rep, solid rep." That's how I try to pride myself on, and that's just because Adrian Ray Garcia, that's who I am. You know, like I know what I don't like, and I don't want to be what I don't like.
Right.
And I hate people who think they're better than people, or I hate people who are super cocky and they think, oh, because they have some clout, and it's just, I don't like that. So I've always prided myself to not be that way. I surround myself with people who are, one, positive, two, on the same level, and mentally where I am, and three, who already have things going for themselves. Yep. All the people that I surround myself with now in my life, they have businesses. They have things going on for them. They have. I just got hired on at a welding shop, and these guys, they all have something going on, and they're young dudes. And I see that. They say you surround yourself around people who, you know, you're gonna gravitate to. So my circle is small, but it's with smart heads. It's with smart people who are business, who are working, who are doing positive things, who are dudes I could talk to. You know,
they say if you hang around 3, 4, 5 millionaires, you'll be the sixth one. You hang around 3, 4, 5 positive people, you'll be the sixth one.
And I learned a lot from them. That's the reason why, you know, my new boss, I'll call him and talk with him, and you know, he's an older man, so he has experience and tells me the truth. You know, Morningstar right here, he tells me the truth. Dang, tells me the truth. And whether I like it or I don't, I just need someone to, you know what I'm saying? Kind of point me in the right direction, and I, because we don't know. This life don't come with a book. Like we don't know what we're doing sometimes, you know. And to have that guidance and have that positive reassurance and reinforcements is a blessing, you know. Man, there was a time where I was messing up, and my cousin Ricky Knotts, he was, "What are you doing?" Call me. "What are you doing? You're fucking up." And I remember getting mad at him and telling him mind his own business. And he started saying, "You are my business." And then later on, when I was calm, I called him, "Hey, I'm sorry for, you know, I thank you for looking out for me," and da-da-da. Yeah. Because we all need that, bro. We all need that. And
everybody needs that. Everybody needs that message in their life, man. That positivity, whatever it is, you know. So the people out there who just need that message to inspire for them to take action, what would your message be to them?
I think to the people out there, and this is the truth, is it all starts with it all starts in your mind. It all starts with you thinking about what you want to become. And after you put that in your mind, you start taking action. And I'm here to tell you guys that dreams come true. Dreams come true. It doesn't matter what level it is. You know that you're accomplishing your dream is when you're doing what you love in your life and you're getting paid for it. It's not a job to you. And it doesn't even have to be getting paid or getting anything. It could just be a woman. She wants to be a successful mother. She wants to be a great mother, and she wants to have her children and her family. She can do that because all she has to do is follow her dream of what she wants to do. Me, as an artist, this was what I follow my dream of what I want to do. Yeah, I know I'm not making thousands like how people perceive you should be making, but it doesn't matter because I'm on stage in front of thousands. Mm-hmm. And that feeling is more valuable than a dollar.
The money's going to come too.
The money will come later on. Like this 5 years, when I turn it into work, that's it. And there's a lot of promoters that they won't hire me because they know that I'm costing, because they know that I'm charging. And that's okay. But back to following your dream, just put a plan together, execute, surround yourself with positive people that are around you and people who are patting you on the back and who are cheering for you. And I think that there's you have every fair play. It's a fair play, fair ball game, because nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Now let's be realistic, okay? I'm not gonna say my dream is to become a millionaire and a billionaire, knowing that let's be realistic, okay? So when it comes down to you following your dream and knowing your worth, you got to make sure that you put your heart into it, put the footwork into it. You got a support system, you have a plan, and once you get that, your vision comes to life, and anything's possible. For the younger generation, I love to encourage this, and this is because I never had a person tell me this. The decisions you make now as a young teenager and as a young adult, they're going to follow you for the rest of your life. So I tell these young men that are 18 and up, be careful with what happens in your life. Be careful with the cases that you catch and the felonies that you catch, because when you're 35 years old and you're struggling to get a job because you have all this on your record, you're going to think back and you're going to say, man, I wish somebody would have told me this. And I encourage that. I preach that to the young men over 18, because there's going to be a time when they're 30, 35, and they're going to try to be getting a job, and the job's going to look at them and say, oh, you had a gun charge when you were 18? Oh, you were stealing when you were 18? Oh, you caught a so-and-so case? That's going to limit you for the rest of your life. So you young people, be careful what you do out there and make the decisions you make, because they will affect you in the long run. You may not know it now. It don't seem that way. But one day you're going to sit back and say, oh, man. And the reason why I say this is because it's happened to me. It's happened to me. I've done dirt. So when I was 18, 19, 20, and me now being in my mid-30s, it's the same scenario that I'm saying. I've been turned down for jobs because of my background. And I never thought in my wildest dream something I did when I was 19 would affect me when I was 35, 36. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just you young people, be careful what you do. Stay away from guns. You got to pick up your hands. Nowadays, you don't have to worry about an adult mugging me. If I saw you mugging me, I wouldn't trip on you. If I saw a little 15-year-old mugging me really crazy, I'm going to be scared of his ass because he's going to shoot. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the young dudes.
Maturity level, man.
It's the young dudes. And even when you put it on the news, all the shootings around town are 16, 17 and on down. So you got to, and then part of it comes from the guidance that the OGs are giving us. The OGs, if your OG's telling you to go out there and do dirt, then he's not your OG. He's not your real guidance. He's someone who's trying to crash you out, and someone who's trying to get you to catch a case to go to jail. Because when you go to jail, you don't have guns. And when these dudes that are out here with guns, when they go to jail, they turn into victims. They turn into prey. Yep. Because that gun to give you a confidence level of I'm unstoppable. But once you get to jail, you're gonna get Big Bubba That fool's he wants his cornbread. You know,
Ain't gonna be fun.
It ain't gonna be fun. So that's why I preach to the young dudes, just like stay focused and whatever you want to do, follow your dreams, you know, stay away from the streets. And the streets don't love you, bro. The streets don't love you. Your family does. And sometimes I have to remember that, you know, when I'm out and I'm out there or whatever, and I don't want to go home to my family, and I got to think about, damn, especially being at the wrong place at the wrong time nowadays. You never know.
Oh, yeah.
And me, I'm just going to work. And the next thing you know, I don't make it home for something. You know, I always gotta, you know, I always think about what I'm doing and where I'm at, because I tell my children all the time, we're not safe in this world. You're not safe in this world. I'm not safe in this world.
We're just here passing on through.
We're just passing on through.
This ain't our home.
That's it. And my daughter, she's 11. She wants to get on the scooter, go to 7-Eleven a block away. And I'm like, nah, you're not safe. Hold up.
That's when my daughter tried to walk home. I'm like,
nah, you ain't safe.
I don't know.
But yeah, I just I want to be positive and, you know, tell people they can follow their dreams, and whatever they put their heart to, they can do it. The sky's the limit.
Yeah.
You know, and just having your support system and your people around you, that's the benefit. You could be 20 deep. What does that get you? You just have a bunch of disloyalty, bunch of things around.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of people that are around just to be around. You know, a lot of people see me alone. They see me alone, and they're like, damn, you're everywhere by yourself. Because that's how I want to be seen, as me being able to hold my own on my own. Plus, I'm respected. I could go into any place.
Yeah.
And I could get respect from
That's because you're in that mindset.
I could go into the north side and I could get respect from them, and I could go into the east side and get respect from them when I walk into their places, and you know, South Denver and West Denver, and you know, the most problems I ever had was in West Denver, and I'm from West Denver. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when I go to the east side and when I go to the north side and south side, they're welcoming, and that's because respect is everywhere. Respect is everywhere. You give it, you're gonna get it, regardless.
Gotta go first. Yeah, lead.
But you gotta lead by example. You gotta put the hand out and say, "What's up? I'm so and so," or "Hey, what's up?" You know. I hate people who recognize you and they don't want to show you no love. It's like, all right, that's cool. But yeah, it's pretty much.
MCAG, Adrian R. Garcia, I appreciate you, brother, for coming back
Yeah,
on.
bro,
man.
thank you.
Yes,
thank you for having me. I just want to say some things before I leave.
Give your socials. Where can people find you? Any shout outs?
You guys can find me on Facebook under Adrian R. Garcia. It's all linked to my Snapchats. It's all linked to my Instagram. I'm not too active on Instagram just because I put in so much work on my my Facebook to establish it. But you guys can find me on all my links. TikTok, I've been uploading videos, so you guys can find my promo there. You can find me on YouTube under Adrian R. Garcia. I have clips of, you know, funny things, comedic things. I have old music on that channel. You know, just trying to content create. I want to give a shout out to my brother West One. Alfredo Hernandez, R.I.P. It's been about 9 years since he's been passed away, and it's like yesterday, man. I want to give a shout out to Ricky Knotts, my family, Royal Nature family, my boy Dank One, DJ Sensation, for letting me rock with them these past few years. You know, the mentors that I mentioned here in the interview. I want to give a shout out to my boy Morningstar. He's hitting the scene. He's coming strong. He's gonna bring the city something new. He's gonna bring him that veterano flavor, but with the new product and the new like a reincarnated artist. And I think that that's gonna build a big buzz. You know, I got some shows coming up here in April. I got a bully show for Easter. I got a couple private lowrider shows. You guys can catch me online promoting those. I got a 420 event coming up this month in the nighttime, and that same day I'll be working a bully event Shout out to all my bully fam, Top Bullies, Hard Up Kennels. Man, there's so many. The northern bully camp. All these guys. Shout out to Kev Green. These guys have given me an opportunity to take my craft to their bully events. And that's been a blessing. That's been a blessing because, for one, we have a great time. For two, the promoters, they're willing to pay the ticket, which is very, very important for me.
Big deal.
It's a big deal when they're saying, come here, you charge what? We're going to add on this. And it's a big deal for me because they see my value.
Mm-hmm.
And that means a lot. It means a lot that they see how valuable I am to their event. So shout out to everybody in the bully community that has given me an opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, bless the mic and work. But yeah, man, I'm working on trying to get in these jiu-jitsu events. Rito Lopez with the tattoo convention. I've been working with him for 7 years now, and that man has blessed me with a great opportunity to do what I love and to do it differently. It's a 3-day event at the National Western Complex. I've done pageants, I've done UFC, I've done lucha libre, I've done jiu-jitsu, being on the microphone, like hyping it up. And the best one was the midget wrestling. I had the microphone. I was like going crazy because, you know, it's just being a kid watching wrestling and you're like,
You watch wrestling?
oh yeah, you're watching it. Next you know, you see a little midget, he's doing a little twirl, and I'm like, oh my God, he's hit him with the huracarana. Oh, here he goes with the DDT. And everybody's there looking at me. I'm jumping around doing this and this, and then everybody's smiling. The little midgets are in there. I was like, oh my God, I'd never want to, like, I wish I could have this mode forever.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I bet you have something else to see.
Bro, it's dope. It's dope to see how good a crowd control I can have when I'm in a cage, when I'm in a boxing ring, when I'm in a bully show, when I'm in a anything. Like, that's just, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I like when I'm in the cage, I feel like Joe Rogan sometimes, like messing around.
Shit, okay.
Joe Rogan, how'd you feel? Did your fight go as planned? And next you know, you go, yeah, my fight went as planned. He's out of bloody nose and shit. Oh, my fight went as planned. And the other person, you know, congratulations on your win. And so I'm trying to work on getting into that little genre over there. But I know Cinco de Mayo weekend's coming up, and the plan is we're going to Colorado Springs with the Brown Boy, Big Gemini, on Saturday. The Friday before that, May 2nd, Hangover Bar. We're going to have Dank One, Brown Boy, Big Gemini. They'll be there. We're going to transfer it to Colorado Springs. It's going to be an outside venue there. We're going to do that on the 3rd. And then May 4th, I have 2 different options that I have open. I have one for a boxing event. They're going to be doing a boxing event. He wants me to hype up the crowd in the stadium. And then I have another opportunity to work the main stage downtown at the Civic Center. So that main stage that's in the grass area in front of the city and county, I'm working on trying to get my foot in the door there. And the reason why I want to get my foot in the door there is because you build a rapport with these promoters and the people who are throwing it, and you become their go-to guy. Mm-hmm. So you get those guys that are on the microphone and they're running the show and they're doing their thing, but then once they see me work, then they want more of it. So now I'm getting a call every year. So if I could build that rapport, then that's going to be beneficial. And I've been trying to get on that stage for 3 years. And it just so happens that me being patient and me staying, working, that now some of the guys that are in my circle, they have connects. So now, Tomas is talking to them because he runs his car club and all that. So now it's more of like, I'm not a guy off the street. I'm more of like, I'm a recommendation. Mm-hmm. And then later on when they see me
You're
work.
a hot commodity, man. You put yourself in that zone where people are like, we gotta fucking bring him in.
Well, that's the reason why Cinco de Mayo, I have all these options.
Exactly, yeah.
But what I want to do is I want to do 1, what makes sense, and 2, what pays the most. That's it. Like with the biggest opportunity I can get. I don't want to. If I could get put on the main stage in the middle on Cinco de Mayo with the whole Denver there,
hell yeah,
then I think that's going to kind of outweigh a little little event at a bar or something that night, you know?
Yeah.
Just trying to weigh out my options, make sure that I.
That's a good problem to have, though, man.
It's a good
Have
problem.
two-
It's a great problem to have because I remember there were times where I was searching for jobs and I wasn't landing no leads. Now I throw my fishing pole in the water, boom, I get a bite, reel it in, and then I start making a sale, boom, boom, boom. You know, I charge this, I work for this, I work for this, I work for this. And next thing you know, City and County of Denver, they put out a flyer of their stage and their main stage with AG the MC on it in their Denver Post. And now I have me a souvenir to put up on my wall to say, look it, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. You know?
Fuck yeah.
My track record speaks for itself, man. I just try to stay in motion, stay working, surround myself with positivity, and show appreciation of people like you who give me a shot on their platform. And
I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. I remember when I met you, and actually, we were talking first online. We were talking
Messenger, yeah, I remember
through
that.
Messenger
Yep.
for a while.
Yep.
And actually, when I seen you and I met you, I didn't know that. So you were like, Adrian, what's up? And I talk to everyone like I know them already. So what's up? What's up? What's up? And then I go look and I'm like, oh, that's Derek. I've been talking to this dude. You know?
Yeah,
So that's why
yeah.
when I saw you over there, I was like, hey, we're going to get together soon.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people who contact me or a lot of people hit me up and we start building a rapport. And I don't think to go to their pictures and stuff. I'm like, okay, we're talking about getting an interview, da-da-da-da. Then later on, they're like, Adrian, how you doing? I'm like, oh, what's up? And then I'm like, oh, that was the dude. But yeah, man, it's been a blessing. Shout out to John Allery for connecting us.
Yep.
And just let you know that I appreciate everything. And if you want to do a part 2, let me know. I got some more things coming up. If you need any recommendations, I got my boy Morningstar. He's down to do an interview. He's down to come in and promote what he got going on. I'm sure Dank want to take time out of his day to come down.
Anybody and everybody.
Yeah. I'm sure that he'll come down and he'll. And the reason why is because we all got something going on.
Yeah.
And these are upcoming events. This is not used to be stuff. This is future planned stuff that we're coming through. You'll catch my boy Morningstar. What date is it? April
26.
April 26th. He'll be working for. He'll be opening for 80219 promotions. He's going to be opening up for Lighter Shade of Brown. Lighter Shade of Brown are coming down.
Okay.
Okay. They'll at the Play Ball Sports Place.
Okay.
Those guys, they've been working. Eric Duran and them. Morningstar, he'll be on that card with Lighter Shade of Brown. So that's something that we're working on for him because he got a new project. He's coming to the scene, but he's not coming empty-handed. He's coming with brand new product, and that's a great thing to do.
Big,
Dank has his stuff he's coming up with. He's been working with Brown Boy. We've been putting up some things. I know he has his Kit Kat video coming up. I know that there's another video that they're putting together. So we're just trying to work, man. I got private events coming up with DJ Sensation. You know, we contact families and do graduation parties and weddings and stuff like that. So we're pretty active on that. So we got things coming up, man. Let me know if you even want to have us come down. We could just kind of shoot the shit on something else with the conversation. And the plan is to get the people interested. We got to get the eyes this direction.
Yep.
And with us doing broadcasting and podcast things, we gotta make topics that they can relate to. We got to talk about things that they could say, oh, that was the real deal, or I could relate to that, or when I watch these podcasts and shows, that's what I see a lot of. But you get a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah.
You get the disses and all the Vlad stuff. But we're not trying to do that. We're just trying to talk about what's positive, what's current, what's today.
Crowd people out there. We want the crowd.
Yeah, we don't want that. We want
We're as organic as possible. That's
organic.
exactly.
We want the real conversations that people can relate to. That we're keeping it 100%.
Yep.
And that's what's going to get them to tune in. So let me know whenever you want me to come back. Whenever you want to, we could arrange a topic.
Yep.
We could throw down a topic and we could do a session. We could promote it ahead of time to where we can get the viewers pulled in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
We could also push your brand, see how much we can make it,
Yeah.
and how many views we can get, and how, because there are a couple podcasting little shows out there, but I don't see no views and I don't see no interest.
Right.
I give them a shot. But I don't think that just because you got big breasts and you wear a bikini and sit behind a fucking thing that you're the best podcaster ever. Because whatever's coming out of your mouth and your head is kind of not.
Yep. Yep, it's got that organic, that conversation. That's one thing. Especially when I made this, I wanted to be organic.
Yep.
Didn't want to. I didn't want to mask anything, and that's how it was on the last one too. But I mean, this one I want to be like, we're in person, we're having an organic conversation.
Yep.
I mean, it's open conversation.
Yeah.
So,
and I want to say to the viewer, welcome to season 2. Thank you for tuning in. We're gonna have a lot of upcoming events, upcoming people come in. So you guys stay tuned. I was fully blessed to kick off season 2 for you guys. And I hope you got what you wanted. Let's go.
Let's go. Salute. Love you guys.
Let's go.
Great.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about
Season
time,
2.
man.
I know.
Yeah.
I was waiting.
So,
I was like,
I'm gonna say this off the record. So I have a few different things I want to bring you on to. And actually, you too, since you're an artist. Still trying to figure out where I recognize you from. But
you'll know.
You
don't know.
So I have this thing I'm doing. I'll show you guys the TV studio that's open. It's called the Red Carpet Series. So let me see if I made a graphic for it too. And basically what it is, it's artists that are going to come on and get interviewed, and then they're going to perform. So we're going to roll out Red Carpet, and Jex is going to be the guy interviewing, because he's great with fucking interviews, bro. He's fucking phenomenal.
Well, let me know. We got some sign-ups.
Yep.
Because we'll put Star on right away. We'll sign him up. We could. I'll talk with Dank, see if that's something he's interested in.
And really, what I'm doing too. So it's originally for artists, but it's just anybody who has a talent. So I'm not necessarily gonna say, oh yeah, it's for art. It is for artists, but it's just if you have a talent and you want to showcase your talent, you come on here, get interviewed, and then you perform.
That'll be dope. That'll be dope for the viewer. It'll be dope for the customer watching.
Yeah.
I've always been interested in trying to put on a comedy set, like a 5 or 6 minute comedy set.
Yeah.
Writing some jokes and going out there. I mean, I think I could pull some funny stuff together, but I just haven't had it in my. I haven't got the balls.
You got some time. So, and I'm going to hire a production crew, some people I went to school with, to do like the production, to do video. So Jex, he wants me to be on there first as the introduction shit. But I'm like, I guess I could give like an inspiring speech towards the end. I don't, from my talent, it's hard for me to. I wear like 20 different fucking hats, man. So it's like hard to really kind of showcase like what it is that I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, let me know, man. I'm down to get on. I'm down to work.
Okay.
We could promote it. I'm down to even if he can't make it as an interviewer, I'm down to do interviews too.
Okay.
Whatever you need, let me know.
Okay.
Even if you need me to get some people, say, hey, what's up, Adrian? Shoot me some leads. Then what I'll do is I'll figure out who's working and figure out who's up and coming and who's worth it.
Yeah.
And then we'll bring them on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to hate on nobody.
Yeah.
But if you're working,
and that's the thing too. Is it's open to anybody. There's people out there that, we're not gonna get along with everybody, but it's like, hey, this is a platform. I do plan on charging the artist at only like $250, but it's only because I'm hiring a production crew. It's a full-on fucking experience.
Yeah.
So that's what I was telling Jax. I said, it's open to anybody, bro. Like anybody that wants to just pay to be on there, because it's. Shit. I'm getting a lot of people want to come onto the podcast, bro.
Well, you gotta invest in yourself.
I know.
Just like you invest for your studio time, your promo, you invest. There's gonna be times where you're gonna have to pay something to get on something that's gonna be a little bit more beneficial.
and I don't charge like all this other shit, bro. I don't charge for shit on all this. this is the one thing I'm like, I'm probably gonna have to, you know, charge the artist or whoever comes on, just, and even me, bro, I'm gonna pay to get on there.
Yeah,
I'm
for
the
sure.
one that fucking beat the shit. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that to people, man.